Some follow-up from last week's Prop 8 debate. We had Tom McCluskey from the Family Research Council and Abby Goldberg in the studio. The first thing that, and this is absolutely hilarious, we asked Tom McCluskey, I asked him if he thinks that, well, here, I'll just play for you what I asked and what his answer was. Do you think that this type of legislation would open the door to three-way marriages or marriages between people and animals? Those are two talking points I hear.
Well, you aren't going to hear the people and animals argument from us, except there is historical evidence on other types of marriages, like polygamy.
Okay, so Lewis, can you just repeat back to me what he said about animals and people arguments from the FRC?
You won't hear them from him.
So it wasn't just me who heard this. Well, Jeremy Hooper over at goodisyou.org sent this over to me. Apparently, they do the whole people and animals thing. The first page of one of their anti-gay brochures, not only does it include a picture of a horse, it actually says, slippery slope to same-sex marriage. And it goes on in very much detail to talk about a guy in Missouri who wants to marry his horse and isn't being allowed, and says once marriage is no longer between a man and a woman, well, it becomes hard to deny anyone who claims there is love and commitment the right to marry, including this guy in Missouri who likes his horse. So according to the document from the Family Research Council, a guy wanting to marry his horse is similar to two men wanting to get married. Incredible.
We have hypocrisy.
Well, not hypocrisy. The guy's just flat out either lying or he doesn't know what his own organization says.
Actually, I think the latter's more likely.
He just doesn't know.
Probably not.
The funniest thing about this is no matter what you want to say about if there's love and commitment, if there isn't love and commitment, you need both people to enter into the contract of marriage. What legal basis is there for a horse or any other animal to enter into a legal contract? That seems to be missed by the conspiracy theorists who say we'll start having bestiality. And lastly here, on the Steven Slater story, the JetBlue flight attendant, I've been getting a ton of emails saying, you know what, Steven Slater is my hero. What are you talking about? That he did anything wrong? Because I basically said, you know what, if you list as a pet peeve, carry-on luggage, maybe flight attendant isn't the best job. The last I knew, Lewis, it wasn't the airlines who were known for giving particularly good service, right? I mean, flight attendants aren't known for treating people really well. And I get some people saying, well, they're not there to treat you well. They are there to ensure your safety on the plane. I didn't know. To me, I always get terrible service on airplanes. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess to me it seems like they're kind of unenthusiastic.
I guess I'm confused about so many people standing up for Steven Slater. I don't know. I just don't get it. I really just don't. Do we want to move on to emails and polls?
Yes.
So here's the new poll on our website. Should Barack Obama have commented about the Ground Zero Mosque controversy? Log on to midweekpolitics.com. Weigh in. We'll get to the results next week. Now, when we asked, last week's poll was about BP. And the question was, very simply, do you believe BP when they say that 75% of the oil and dispersants have been cleaned up? And the answer overwhelmingly is no. 72% said they don't believe it. 17% said yes. And 11% just don't know what to believe. So again, midweekpolitics.com. Check that out. Emails. You can email us, radio@midweekpolitics.com. Ton of emails about this Prop 8 debate. First one, it seems like McCluskey expected he wouldn't have to actually back up his claims. I think that was the problem with their defense in the Prop 8 trial. They apparently think that whatever it is they say is self-evident, and they don't actually have to justify their position. Very valid point. Another email. This egghead, quite literally, is a jabroni mouthpiece for an organization that is inflicting their interpretation of holy texts on people. Even more emails. Judge Walker has ruled already that morality and tradition are no longer valid legal arguments, nor even legitimate reasons to decide how to vote. And also, I love it when the experts take the religious right hack jobs to measure. Of course, kind words about Abby Goldberg, the gay parenting expert who was on the show. And then, of course, we get a Bible argument, but not what you would expect. Here's an interesting one. Leviticus teaches us that homosexuality is the moral equivalent of eating shellfish. Why aren't all the Bible-thumping family values Republicans protesting at Red Lobster? That's a great point.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Well, I'm sure some would disagree.
Right. It's all how you interpret it.
It absolutely is. And not everybody is happy, though. Here's one email. I'm not anti-queer. I am pro-family. I'll take family over sodomite terrorism anytime. Disbar Vaughn Walker. queers hate family. Okay. And then just kind of a funny email. David Pakman is the non-evil doppelganger of Kirk Cameron. It's funny, Kirk Cameron was involved with one of Ray Comfort's books, and we've interviewed Ray Comfort a couple of times. I didn't know that that I had a resemblance to Kirk Cameron. I don't know. Certainly not the curly hair, for one. And certainly not the conservative, whatever you would call it. Certainly not conservative. On Target, our Target investigation, or phone calls to Target, very popular online. You lied about the circumstance of the recording, but the ends justify the means, right? Well, we kind of lied. We said the call may be recorded by my bosses, and arguably Lewis is my boss, and there's no way.
I recorded it.
And I didn't know for sure if you were recording or not. Your computer fails all the time. It's possible that it wasn't recording, so I don't think I was really lying. And here's another email. Some people like it. They say, go shop at Target and reward them. This is how you vote with your dollar. Don't let the minority rule the roost. Go Target. And on the topic of 25% of Americans still thinking Barack Obama is a foreigner, who cares where Obama was born as long as he's doing a good job? Well, the law is the law, I have to say, but there's no evidence that he was born elsewhere. And others saying, hey, kid, I don't know if that's referring to me, go back to Burger King and ask for your old fry job back. Question, what hospital was he born at? No one knows. Make sure you're getting the Midweek Politics members podcast at midweekpolitics.com, the entire 30-minute interview with Tyler Boudreau from earlier in the show. We'll also talk about Rush Limbaugh's weird Hindu temple comment and plenty more. Of course, join us on YouTube, youtube.com/midweekpolitics, and we'll be back with plenty more next week. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman.
Midweek Politics is made possible in part by CSR Wire, the corporate social responsibility newswire at csrwire.com, by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.